Turning now from the Pennsylvania manhunt gripping the East Coast to a Hollywood murder trial that is the talk of the town on the West Coast. The question facing jurors in this trial was a Hollywood sex therapist once engaged to comedian Drew Carey murdered, or was her death a tragic accident? The answer playing out in a Los Angeles courtroom today. Amie Harwick was at a red carpet event in 2020 when she saw an ex-boyfriend named Gareth Perhouse. You see him right there. Prosecutors say Perhouse snapped and eventually threw Harwick off a balcony. The two had not seen or spoken to each other in 8 years. Harwick had moved on, eventually getting engaged to Drew Carey before the two split in 2018. NewsNation's Nancy Liu is following all the latest in the case. Nancy, this is quite a trial.
Very emotional inside this courthouse as well. It's clear Amie Harwick was loved and is missed. At the heart of this case is whether she fell off her balcony accidentally or whether she was pushed by an obsessive ex-boyfriend who is now inside this courthouse standing trial for murder. Today, jurors heard from one of Harwick's best friends, one of the last people to see her alive.
If she were alive now, it would be 13 years.
Longtime friend Sarah Rollins was with Amie Harwick just hours before the sex therapist fell to her death from her bedroom balcony, allegedly pushed by 45-year-old Gareth Perhouse. Rollins testified that just days earlier, Harwick said she was in fear after running into Perhouse at an award show.
She told me how she had ran into her ex, a very old ex of hers, and that he kind of went a little crazy and was triggered when he saw her and got into fetal position on the ground and was crying and reciting texts that they had had from a long time before.
But people either come to me because there's a sexuality related thing or because, anxiety, depression, change of life stuff, breakups, moves, things like that.
The popular Hollywood sex therapist was thriving. By 2018, a high-profile engagement to comedian and Price is Right host Drew Carey, though the two called off the engagement about a year later. Her breakup with Perhouse was long before that in 2012, but friends say he was obsessed and threatening, prompting 2 previous restraining orders against him. The second had expired before Harwick died.
Amie's on the left in the light pink dress and the leather jacket. I'm sorry.
In court, Rollins testified about their final night together, a Galentine celebration of fun, only recalling from photos after that Harwick was wearing 2 rosaries that night. They took a final photo together before heading home, and Harwick's last text to Rollins was a request for the pic, but she never lived to see it. Now, the defense has claimed that Perhouse went into a deep depression after unexpectedly running into Harwick at that award show. And the defense claims that evidence will show he had no intention of killing her. Elizabeth.
All right, that it was accidental, I believe, is what they're claiming. All right, Nancy Liu, thanks so much. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.